Well, as you can expect, there are a lot of good days in this job, and there are days that are not quite as good. And this is one of those days that have been really difficult for me. As most of you know already, I'm here to announce that Coach Al Skinner and I met twice last week. And on Wednesday, the 24th of March, it was agreed that it was mutually beneficial for us to part ways. We had first met on Monday afternoon, March 22nd, and discussed the concerns that we had for the program, and those concerns went from the top to the bottom. We agreed to meet again on Wednesday afternoon on the 24th, and it was at that time, at 4 o'clock on the 24th, that we mutually agreed to part ways. In these two meetings, Coach Skinner and I discussed our philosophical differences and our concerns for the future of our basketball program. Coach Skinner asked if we could delay the announcement publicly so that he could have an opportunity to interview for other job opportunities. Out of respect for Coach Skinner, he asked for 48 hours at the time, and out of respect for him, we said absolutely. When several other job opportunities strung out and strung out and strung out, we gave coaches as many as 6 days. And that was a very, very difficult thing to do because bits and pieces of this were leaking out from time to time. And what we were trying to do was to protect Coach Skinner and give him an opportunity to pursue other jobs. Now, I think it's very important that you understand that we have great respect for Al. He has done a terrific job here in 13 years, and we've had a lot of great wins and a lot of great seasons, and we thought that was the least that we could do for him was over those 6 days. All of us here really miss Al. We like Al. He stands for the things that are good in college athletics. And, you know, we wish Al and Donna and his family nothing but the best in the future. I also forgot to make one point here, was that people asked, were you forthcoming with other institutions with regard to your decision and Al's decision? And yes, I want you to know that both Al and his attorney were very forthcoming with other institutions, as was Boston College. So we were very forthcoming with each other, but we tried to keep this out of the public as long as we can. Our goal now is to find a coach who shares our vision of Boston College basketball. We'll begin this search immediately, and I want you to know that this is a very good job. Boston College and the Atlantic Coast Conference is seen as a terrific job. You know, I know that a lot of you say that we're in a pro town, and we certainly are in a pro town. But we played Frozen Fenway down at Fenway Park in January of this year, and the college teams outdrew the professional teams. We had some great crowds in Alumni Stadium. You know, when our football team was ranked number 2 in the country for several weeks. We've had some great basketball crowds in the past. And our hockey team playing in the Bean Pot, I mean, the Bean Pot was filled this year for for those 2 nights. So yes, it's a pro town, but it can also be a very, very good college town. I know a lot of you are interested in what would we want in our new coach. What type of person would we look for? I think that these are the type of things that we would ask of our new coach. We want to be very competitive with this basketball program versus local teams and versus teams in the Atlantic Coast Conference. We want a coach who's going to play a very exciting brand of basketball. We want a team that's going to dive for loose balls, that's going to take charges, that's going to play great defense, and a team that's going to give us everything they have to give while they're out on that floor. We want a team and a coach who will relate to our student body, to our faculty, to our staff, to our alumni and our fans. And we want a coach who's going to continue to recruit outstanding young men who will be successful in the classroom, on the basketball court, and out in the community. And those people are out there. And with that, I will answer any questions that you might have. Steve?
Gene, you said that Al did a terrific job. So if he did a terrific job, why is he out as coach?
You know, there's a lot of things that you look at when you look at a coach. You know, you look at the recruiting aspects, you look at the, you know, the interaction between the fans and the players. You look at the number of people that are coming to the games. You look at so many things that over the course of the whole basketball program, it's not any one thing, Buck. And, you know, change is good sometimes. How many basketball coaches have been at their same position for 13 years? Very, very few. There's the Mike Krzyzewskis, and, you know, there's, you know, the Dean Smiths and some of them, but very, very few have been at the same institution 13 years.
Well, if that's the case, what didn't he do then? If he did a terrific job and he's out as coach, and you just highlighted some of these points, what didn't Al do to fulfill your expectations before?
You know, those are a lot of things that I've talked about, you know, with Coach Skinner, Buck, that I'd like to keep between he and I, but I think there's a lot of aspects of it, and what I'm trying to say to you is, well, recruiting is one of them, marketing and promotions is one of them, seats in the stadium are one of them. Do our players play hard? Do they identify with the community, the Boston College community and others? All those things that I'm talking about, those are all things that I took a look at, you know, when we were evaluating not just this program, but every program that we have. We evaluate at the end of the year.
Gene, that loss to Virginia in the opening round of the tournament, I know that was pretty disturbing and certainly disappointing. Was that like the tip of the iceberg for you, or was there things in motion in your mind that necessitated a change?
Yeah, I don't think, you know, if you're asking me, you know, if that was the straw that broke the camel's back, no. You know, I thought that our last game at home, I believe it was against Virginia, I really felt bad for Tyler Roach to go out in that kind of atmosphere. And then our game in the tournament certainly wasn't one of our better, you know, outings of the year. But I think as an athletic director, you look at the whole body of work for the entire year, and you don't look at any one game, because, you know, you could always counter that with, we beat a pretty good Virginia Tech team here by 20 points. So I think you look at the whole body of work, Lenny,